Hello, hello. Welcome back to my space. I hope you are doing well. We are going to check what clarity the cards are inviting us to explore. Today, I was invited to use my fun deck. So I'm smiling already because I know those cards and they are fun, right? So let's see what we are getting here. Let me put on my glasses. So, let's see. 1 second, I just want to shuffle a little bit more. I'm using this deck only in the upright position, so it might be that a card turns, so I might take it in consideration. So, let's see. The setting, the subject. What are we talking about here? Spirit said, not this one, sweetie. Ah la la. Okay. Not this one. I see a grandmother saying, ah la la. Okay, let's see here, other people, what's going on. If it requires you to betray yourself, it's not the right path. Okay. Interesting, because what's written on the card, it is fame, money, approval. So it kind of feels that you might have been dealing with someone where the environment was toxic, or they might have been toxic, maybe ashamed of you, or wanting you to somehow do what's comfortable for them. It's all about appearances. I'm thinking about the pentacles in reverse, right? It's all about the way that it looks from the outside. So you need to sacrifice your authenticity for what other people might think about you. Okay, let's see here. What is the driving energy? Your crystals are tired of your drama. Okay. Yes, it kind of feels that you were dealing here with a person that was creating a lot of stress, a lot of agitation. What is hidden? What's hidden? Mercury in retrograde didn't make you text your ex. You did that sober. Okay, yeah, we are in Mercury retrograde. Okay. Let's see now the path shift and the change. Boundaries aren't mean, they're spiritual fences. Yeah, I made a reading not long time ago speaking about boundaries and how, in fact, boundaries are giving you freedom, right? So here we are talking about the change is boundaries. So it might be that you need to learn, right, to put boundaries up. Yeah, it kind of feels that we are talking here about a connection, a relationship where there is a lot of drama. I feel here, in the position of what's hidden, that there might be some kind of you might be confused, right? So you might be acting, I don't know if it's the right word, but what's come to me, it is erratically, right? This is what I feel here. But this is what's happening in relationships where it's attacking your confidence, right? We have here a relationship. We are also in the place of relationship, right? So it kind of feels here that you are in a relationship where you might feel stressed all the time, like walking on eggshells, feeling that you are not enough. It's putting your nervous system in a overdrive, right? You might have a lot of stress, a lot of cortisol in your body. So this creates a lot of instability. This is what I feel that we are talking about here. Yeah, the change would operate if you put up boundaries. So, I don't know the timeline, you might have done that, right? I'm thinking about something, so I'm going to share it with you. You know, some people think that they attract narcissists, right? In fact, what's going on, it is that we have kind of a lot of people that are narcissists, and I do think that some people tend to attract them a little bit more, right? Because narcissists are searching for a certain kind of energy, some kind of people with empathy, understanding, people who tend maybe to sacrifice themselves, not have a lot of boundaries, people that have some kind of shining presence, right? Because a narcissist wants somebody that flattens them in some kind of way or serves them, right? But the thing is that we might attract a lot of those kind of people. The difference is between someone who will fall into the traps that the narcissist is creating. A narcissist is testing us, right? A taker is testing us. Are we feeling guilty when we are saying no? Do we easily say no? Are we prioritizing their comfort above ours? If they are testing us, right, and they see that we have no issue to say no, we will not prioritize them and totally dismiss ourselves, right? If we are not in this mentality of people pleasing, then they won't stay. They will leave because they know what they want. They want somebody who is serving them and only them, right? So this is the difference. So yes, we might be attracting a lot of narcissistic individuals, right? But the difference is not there in attracting them. It is in showing them that if what they want from us, it is to be their narcissistic supply, it won't happen, right? And so they will by themselves, they will ghost us, right? They will distance themselves. They will say something nasty, right? They will try maybe to hurt us and then leave. Understood? And then maybe call back a little bit later to test the waters, right? So it's all not in the meeting, it's what's happening after the meeting that is truly important here. So this being said, let's take a deck and let's get a little bit deeper into all of that. No, I don't want to use this one. I want to use another one. Just a reminder, this is I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the card at the bottom of the deck. That wasn't intuition, that was anxiety in a cape. Yeah, it's exactly what I was explaining to you, that you were dealing here with somebody who was stressing you out and putting your nervous system in some kind of pressure cooker, right? And this is why you might have acted in ways that you might have qualified of erratic, unstable, right? This is the reason why. So, let's take this deck and let's get a little bit more information about all of this. Just a reminder, this is a collective reading, which means that it is a group reading, which means that it might be for you, it might be partly for you, and it might not be for you. So please, take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't take on yourself a story that is not yours. If I am talking about masculines or feminines related to gender-related cards, like the King, the Queens, the High Priestess, the Hierophant, all those kind of things, right? I'm not talking about the gender, I'm talking about the energy of the card, so please apply it however it applies, and this reading can be past, present, or future. So, red flags. Let's see here what's going on with not this one, sweetie. Spirit said not this one. Okay, so let's see what we are getting here. This is the main subject. I kind of feel that we are talking about you being able to see what is okay and what is not okay. Maybe you grew up in an environment or you went through some kind of relationship that made you feel that you have to tolerate things that make you suffer, right? Let's see here. Okay, this was interesting. Not this one. The magician, yeah, listen. Okay, listen, look at that. Look at that. The magician in reverse, we are talking about manipulation. Look at this image. There is some kind of belief that you have that you need to let go of. Temperance in reverse. People stressing you out, where you are losing your balance here, right? Yeah, I feel that I'm talking here to someone that you might have been in connection, relationship with people making you feel that you are the problem, right? That you are too sensitive, that all those kind of things, right? And so you are always doubting yourself. So I don't think that you don't have... I don't feel that you don't feel the discomfort, but I kind of feel that you doubt the legitimacy of what you are feeling. This is what I feel that we are talking about here, right? And I feel that this is what you need to let go of. First of all, you feel something, you need to express it. Like, what you feel is what you feel. If you are doubting the legitimacy of what you feel, and you are trying to push it to the side and blaming yourself for what you feel, it's not helpful, right? Because then, truly, it's an open door for abuse. It's an open door for abuse. Okay. There is some kind of idea here that you have expired, you see? You need to let go of some kind of idea, because this idea is, as said, an open door to abuse, right? And it is disrespectful towards you. Can you see all the cards? Yes, I think that I even have a little bit more space. Okay. Let's see here. Anything else about spirit says not this one? Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you are dealing here with one person or a few, right? That are reckless, arrogant, hot-headed, entitled, temperamental, creating conflicts in your life, creating inner conflicts in your life, right? When somebody is creating a conflict, right? And you are shutting it down inside of you in order not to bring drama into, I'm saying drama like this because this is what they might tell you, right? Oh, once again, you are creating problems. Oh, I was just joking. Oh, you are too sensitive. You know, all those kind of things. Then what's happening is that you are creating a war inside of yourself, right? So this is where we can talk about the higher level of self-respect. You shouldn't care about creating drama outside, right? If it releases you of creating a war inside of yourself. You are the priority, right? You need to be at peace with yourself. And here it feels like I'm talking to somebody who feels that their feelings are not okay, right? This is what you need to stop doing. This thought process is expired, right? Okay, if it requires you to betray yourself, it's not the right path. Tell me. The Eight of Wands, the Three of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse. I feel that there is here something about you communicating. I want to talk about communication, right? Because sometimes we think to ourselves, I want to speak out, but I already know what is going to happen, right? So, two options. If already you know that you won't be heard, so you are dealing with someone where you cannot have a constructive conversation, and in this case, it is an unhealthy relationship, right? So, if it's the case, understand, the relationship is unhealthy. So you might be right that it's not worth it. But then if you already know that it's not worth it, so maybe you should step out of this kind of connection relationship, right? There is also this element of being afraid to speak out, right? Maybe because you know what might happen. I want to tell you something, right? If you are afraid to speak out, all your energy is going there. It's better to speak out, get the answer, which might not be the answer that you want, right? It might be a negative answer. But this answer will allow you to be in another vibration than the vibration where you are stuck, when you are just, okay, do I talk? I don't want to talk. I need to adapt myself because I already know what's going on. This is one vibration. When you are speaking, even if you don't get a good answer, you are in another place. You are one step forward. And the answer that you will get will help you decide what to do, right? I know that for me in my life, it is the moment that I started to speak up and say out loud what I needed, the answers gave me the answers that I needed in order to be able to grieve relationships. For example, with my mother, right? The moment I said to her, listen, it's difficult between us since years and years and years. I thought about it. I think that what we need, it is to have one conversation where I can tell you what I feel, right? What I experienced. And you stop responding me, defending yourself, interrupting me, playing the victim. You just listen. For once, listen. Maybe this can truly help us heal the conversation. She said to me, no way, I'm not interested. Was it painful to hear it? Absolutely. But here was my answer, right? I gave her an opportunity to save our connection. Have a adult conversation about what's going on. First of all, listening to me, allowing me to speak what I felt. Just that. Without interrupting, without justifying, without playing the victim, without none of that, right? Simply listening. She said no. This was my answer. This moment I understood I needed to grieve the connection. That's it, that's all, right? So I kind of feel that here there is something about that. About expressing yourself. Communication, the 8 of Wands, right? Allowing the healing. The 3 of Swords in reverse. Right? The 9 of Wands in reverse. With the 9 of Wands, we are here talking about the wounded warrior. It's in reverse. So we might be talking about you not having boundaries, right? You are not protecting yourself. You don't have boundaries. Yeah, I kind of feel that you are betraying yourself. You are betraying yourself. And, you know, we might think, okay, it's not so important. It's very important because the moment that you betray yourself, what it does to your mindset, to your relationship to yourself, to your energy, it's dramatic, right? So you might put it to the side and say, yeah, it's okay, it's nothing. It's not nothing, right? You might say it's nothing because we are talking about energy. We are talking about things that are not visible. But in reality, the effect that it has, that it has, the effect that it has on your life is dramatic. Look, you see the me here that is destroyed. This is very strong. It's a very strong image, the me destroyed, right? Yeah. Okay. So, let's see if we are getting anything else here regarding that. The self-betrayal for other people. Tell me anything else here for the self-betrayal for other people. Did you see how the card turned? You have the Six of Wands. What this is telling me, it is that you might be dealing with someone here where, with the Six of Wands, we are talking about a public recognition, right? This is the problem here. This is the problem. So I kind of feel that a person is dimming your light, not because there is an issue with you. This is telling me jealousy. This is telling me somebody who sees it as a problem that people will see your light. They don't want that. So instead of, what they are doing, it is making you shameful, making you feel that you are not okay, that you should shame yourself, that you should look differently, talk differently, dress differently, present yourself differently. They are forcing you into inauthenticity because your authentic self is too attractive and they don't want that, right? And it's something that they will never tell you, but they will do everything in order to create some kind of self-doubt inside of you. So you will by yourself close yourself off, right? So they are creating some kind of prison for you, right? Okay, let's see here. The driving energy, it is your crystals are tired of your drama. Tell me your crystals are tired of your drama. The Three of Wands in reverse. Okay, so we have the Three of Wands in reverse, the Fool, and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. I kind of feel that you might be waiting for some kind of change. And you are hopeful, which is a beautiful thing, right? But, you know, when you are hopeful on somebody else to change, you are keeping yourself stuck, right? Because here's the thing, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, nothing is changing. And you see that nothing is changing. There might be promises, there might be things that are being said, but mainly, nothing is changing. Seven of Pentacles in reverse, right? Three of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you are waiting for something. You are waiting for something. And the issue here, it is your hope. Your hope that somebody else will change. And this is what is keeping you stuck. Yeah. Okay. You might be dealing with somebody future faking, right? And it might also be that you are future faking yourself. You might say to yourself, no, sometimes I see a little change. Right? Yeah, sometimes. During this time, you are not happy. You are dealing here with somebody being very, very critical of you. Seven of Pentacles, they don't pay attention. They don't invest, they don't pay attention. Kind of feel that for the person that we are talking about here, it's very comfortable. It's very comfortable. I feel like we are talking here, the Knight of Wands in reverse, right? So we are talking about someone here who is in inner battles, right? That they are projecting outside. But I kind of feel that you are a perfect partner because they can use you the way that they want. They can create whatever drama and you are taking it. You know, and so you might say, okay, but if this person didn't want to be with me, then they would leave. No. No. If you are accepting to be their emotional punching bag, why would they leave? Right? They will leave the moment that they realize that they cannot do anymore what they are doing, that you are not taking it anymore. Then they will leave before you leave. Right? Because this is what they are doing very often. They leave the moment that it becomes a little bit less comfortable for them. Tell me something else here about the driving energy. Yeah, the lovers. You are operating from your higher self, dealing with someone who is not, right? I kind of feel that you might think that you are meant to heal this person. No. No. The best way to help other people heal it is by acting as the healed version of ourselves. And the healed version of ourselves is not hopeful in a situation where somebody is not caring, they are not investing, they are creating dramas, they are full of red flags, they are making us feel all the time that we are not okay, right? You are betraying yourself because you are trying to be some kind of perfect person. You don't have to be perfect, right? You don't have to. Especially not with somebody who's treating you this way. But anyway, we are not supposed to be perfect. You have to be comfortable with people criticizing you, with people wanting things from you that you are not giving to them. You have to be comfortable with other people's discomfort, right? If you know that you are doing your best, if you are, you know, and doing your best, it is not self-sacrificing, right? There is this balance here. It's not about self-sacrificing. It is the balance where you still respect yourself. Finding a balance. Here I kind of feel that I'm talking to somebody who is giving their all. And you think that you are doing the right thing. You are not. You are sacrificing yourself. And chances that you are sacrificing yourself to takers. People who take advantage of that. Right? So, let's see here the driving energy. Mercury in retrograde. The 10 of Wands in reverse. The 4 of Wands in reverse. And the Ace of Swords. The only fact, right, that you see yourself acting erratically, this should be a sign for you. I know personally in my relationships, the moment that I want to do something that I wouldn't do usually, I know this is my sign that I need to step out. I was dealing with somebody who was lying all the time, right? And I stayed there. At a certain moment, out of revenge in some kind of way, I lied to this person. At the end of the day, I didn't feel comfortable with the fact that I lied to this person, right? So why should I do that to myself? Since the beginning, I knew that this person was lying all the time, right? I'm a curious beast because I'm curious, right? So I'm a weirdo. When I saw in the past, until I got into my healing, but in the past when I saw that there were red flags, I was staying there because I wanted to understand, right? I'm a psychological nerd. I needed to understand, so I stayed in all kind of connections where I saw the red flags, right? But I needed to understand something there. So listen, the 10 of Wands here, putting down the burdens. When there is some kind of instability, seeing the truth for what it is, right? The moment that you feel that you are acting in ways that are not in alignment with who you are, if you are losing control over yourself, this is a sign. This is a sign that you are in something unhealthy, right? I lost my shit a lot because I had no boundaries. I had no boundaries. I didn't even feel the need to put boundaries because I was comfortable in my people-pleasing. I thought, you know, this is me. This is me, this is who I am, you know? I didn't learn how to adapt myself according to what people were giving to me. I didn't learn that. Yeah. So this is the sign. The moment that you see that you are acting erratically, right, or doing things that usually you wouldn't do, right, you step out. You step out. Tell me. Because at the end of the day, this is about yourself, right? Your self-respect. The story that I told you about the person that I lied to, right? I was hoping that it would somehow create some kind of distance there. I'm talking about a story that happened 20 years ago, right? And I still remember it till this day, right? You understand? So why should I do it to myself? Am I feeling guilty about it? No, I understand why I did it. I understand the reason why this person anyway was a liar, but it doesn't make me feel good with myself. So why put myself there? You understand what I mean? Anything else here about that? What's hidden? Justice. Being fair towards yourself. Putting things in balance, right? If you are acting in ways that you don't recognize yourself, don't be there. Don't be there. Understand that it is unhealthy. That you are hurting yourself. You are hurting yourself, right? Let's see here the change, the boundaries. Boundaries aren't mean. They are spiritual fences. Look here, right, at the birds. This is freedom. This is freedom. Once you know that you can put up boundaries, there is freedom. You are not afraid of saying no, right? It's very interesting also to see how people are responding to your no. This will let you know a lot, you know, because if you are all compliant all the time and comfortable to everyone, why should they show their true face, right? It's the moment that you say no that they might try to attack you, right? Tell me here about the boundaries. What clarity should I bring about that? The boundaries, the Four of Swords in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Tower. Yeah, you were totally stressed out. Totally stressed out, right? The Wheel of Fortune and the Tower. This is very, very interesting here what's going on. Kind of feel that your luck is turning the moment that you are not afraid of downfalls. The moment that you, as said before, you don't care about, you don't care. Like you are not prioritizing other people's discomfort over yours, right? And you feel at peace with people not being happy with you, right? Maybe in the past, maybe growing up, you had a situation where you said no, you put a boundary, and your parents, for example, made you pay for that, right? Suddenly they made you feel that you are not worthy, maybe you were punished, maybe they made you feel unloved, right? And since then, you are on automatic, afraid of putting boundaries, thinking, it's not even that you are thinking, it's emotional. Your emotional response, it is what you felt as a little child when this happened to you. When you put a boundary, you said no, and the reaction that you got, right? So it's not even conscious what's happening to you, but the feeling and the emotion that is awakening inside of you when you are thinking about putting this boundary, it is the feelings that you felt as a child. But let me remind you, as a child, you were dependent on this parent. It was dramatic, right? So the feelings that you feel are the feeling of this vulnerable child. Today, you are in another place, right? Today, if it's not comfortable, you don't depend totally on your parent for your security, right? As an adult, you have a kind of security by yourself, or at least you need to have it, right? But the feelings, the fear that you feel is related to the child, except that you are not this child anymore. But until you will put the boundary and realize that at the end of the day, it's not so dramatic. Somebody is not happy? Not so dramatic. They are not calling back? Not so dramatic. You know how many people have told me in our healing sessions, that I said to them, take a risk, and maybe take a risk, a small risk to start with. Start to say no and see what's happening. And they told me, you know what, this person reacted so badly, but it's amazing because it's not so dramatic. I don't truly care. Yes, I thought about it a little bit, but it wasn't as painful as what I thought that it would be, right? Because they thought that the feelings that they would have was what they felt the first time that it happened to them, and it's not the case, right? So not being afraid of saying no, not being afraid with the tower, we are talking here about things, relationship, right? That are falling because the foundation is not good. If the foundation is good, there is no tower. So the foundation is not good. It is supposed to fall. It's supposed to fall. The moment that you accept that whatever needs to fall, to let it fall, right? It changes everything. The wheel of fortune. Because you stop putting energy in a trash bag. Right? You are freeing this space, this time, this energy. Right? Okay, anything else here regarding those boundaries? Too many. Oh no, it's one. Okay, the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Conditional relationships. Conditional relationships. Stop being in the place where you are the beggar. Where somebody makes you feel that they are making you a favor for you to be in their life. Stop accepting that, right? This is the dynamic that people are creating with you. And because you are kind and understanding, you might not even perceive it clearly. So I hope that this is bringing you clarity about that, right? People want you to be in a position where you are under. Where it's all when it's comfortable for them, they will give you when it's comfortable for them. Right? They want you to be under. Conditional relationships. Okay, let's go to closure here. Let's go to closure. The Chariot. The Two of Cups. Yeah, there is here some kind of issue for someone. I feel that somebody here is afraid that you would move forward and truly demand different kind of relationships. This is kind of telling me that I feel that all of this might be a recurrent thing in your life, right? The Chariot and the Two of Cups, it's very positive. This is talking about moving forward, knowing your direction, taking control of your life, protecting yourself, right? Protecting yourself. being stronger. You are stronger the moment that you are not afraid of disappointing other people. You are strong. If you are afraid of disappointing other people, you are weak, right? It keeps you in a weak place, right? So don't do that. Don't do that. You need relationship where there is respect, right? Respect. Yeah. Stop investing in people who don't care about you, right? You need to know what kind of connection you want in your life, right? And fight for yourself, not be in connection with people who are bringing drama in your life, that are competing with you. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition, right? High Priestess. Okay? Listen, I will leave it here. I hope that it brought you some kind of clarity and awareness. I hope that maybe it was healing, if not at least entertaining, sending a lot of love and good vibes towards you. I'd love to read you in the comments. Until very, very soon. Bye.